Patriots lose 24-21. They lost the one way they always get me. They make it close. They get close. They're scoring. They've got touchdowns. Yay! All right, we're going places. We are totally incompetent on offense. Josh McDaniels isn't brain dead. Cam Newton's actually playing like Cam Newton should. How do you lose that way? Like last week, I didn't do a video last week because I had like zero thoughts. There was nothing to say other than the team sucked. And this week, we actually we were competitive against the Bills. I don't know if it's the fact that the Bills barely beat the Jets last week, or if it's the fact that, maybe the Bills are kind of a fraudulent team and we're totally not, and we're not better than the Bills, all right? We should, if we were in another division, we could probably tank, try to get Trevor Lawrence, except, well, there's a little problem called the New York Football Jets, who are also in our division, who are the most incompetent franchise ever. They're the biggest jokes in the NFL. So we have the New York Jets in our division. And then the Dolphins beat the Rams. Tua looks incredible. All right? Tua gets welcome to the NFL by Aaron Donald. Looks incredible all game. Buffalo's Josh Allen. They're probably the best team of the division. Let's be honest. They're the best team of the division. They'll probably win. They'll get the 4 seed, and then they'll get knocked out by the Steelers or Ravens. Because honestly, I don't see any team in this division winning a playoff game. I can't see the Dolphins winning one. I can't see the Bills winning one after the performances they've had against teams like the Chiefs, the Titans, and then the Jets and us. I don't know what to say. So you can't really blame this week's loss on the lack of fans since we're in Buffalo, which is probably one of the most hostile environments to play in. But it is the first Bills win over the Patriots in, I believe, 4 years. When they beat us 16-0 that game where Jacoby Brissett just came off thumb surgery and Julian Edelman was our backup quarterback, as weird as that sounds. Otherwise, today, you kind of had a lot of injuries. Edelman, Gilmore, who else was out today? Sonny Michel is out for like the third straight week. Not like he does anything anymore. If there's anything positive about this game, it's that we, for the first time in like 20 years, since what was his name? He was in the Hall of Fame in 2012. He played with the Jets for years. For the first time in almost 25 years, we might have like a solid running back and not have to do running back by committee anymore. All right. What else? Is there really anything else you can go on? Is there anything else we can really talk about here? Other than we lost on a fumble, on a quarterback run, when you could have just, either given, I know you're trying to go for the win, but you have 2 timeouts. You could have gone out of bounds. You had 30 seconds left. You could have kicked a field goal, and you go with a quarterback run. You go with an option run, and you fumbled the ball with 30 seconds left to lose the game. I don't know. Is it the fact that this happened 2 weeks ago when N'Keal Harry couldn't catch a pass that Cam Newton threw to him and, he dropped the ball? Is it the fact that against Kansas City it looked like we probably would have beat him with Cam? Is it the fact that, against Seattle, we barely lose at the 1 yard line? And, against San Francisco, we just sucked. But the fact of the matter that the Patriots have now lost 5 games. It is November 1st. This really shows how much Tom Brady did for this franchise, okay? This is why I didn't like to complain about Tom Brady that much, because Tom Brady had to work with shit. Do you see this receiving core we have? As good as they looked at the end of the game, it is Jacoby Myers and Damiere Byrd are still Jacoby Myers and Damiere Byrd, all right? We don't have a number 1 receiver, and when Julian Edelman's in the game, we barely throw to him. Ben Izzo has become our number 2 target, all right? And Damian Harris has pretty much single-handedly carried this team on his back for the past couple weeks. I mean, like, this offseason we have a ton of cap space this offseason, you know? Honestly, if there was one move I want us to pay $20 million a year to Chris Godwin. I would honestly love if we could go to Chris Godwin and say, hey, Tampa Bay is not going to franchise tag you. They'll probably just let you go, okay? Because they're going to probably either franchise tag Lavonte David or Shaq Barrett. And you can go, all right? You can go, come to us. You'll be a number one receiver. And whoever we have at quarterback, whether it's Cam, whether it's Ryan Fitzpatrick, whether it's, Zach Wilson from BYU, Mac Jones from Alabama, hell, Trey Lance from North Dakota State, if we can get there. It really shows what this team needs is they just need somebody to throw the ball to. Because if Cam's running the ball on that, I get it. Oh, it's a first down. I'm going to run the ball on this play because it's an option and I'm going to run to the side and I just lose the ball. And now Tom Brady looks like an MVP candidate in Tampa. And Cam Newton, today he looked okay. He didn't look as bad as he did last week. But this week, he was okay. He was serviceable. If you probably had Edelman in there, maybe, Stephon Gilmore covering Stephon Diggs, it might have been a different game, even though the entire game was running, which really shows a need for a pass rush, which hopefully that can get fixed. Who even knows? I mean, all this season shows is that years upon years upon years of terrible drafting has bit the Patriots in the ass. Because when Tom Brady was going to leave, you had this idea of, oh shit, we are fucked because we don't have Tom Terrific, and as good as Cam Newton can be, on a good day, Cam Newton can be a really good quarterback. But Cam Newton also needs some receivers. All right, Cam Newton needs some guys to throw the ball to. And as much as I really like Damian Harris, as much as I want to like N'Keal Harry, do we win the game with N'Keal Harry? Probably not, because I don't know what N'Keal Harry even does. As much as I liked N'Keal, as much as I want to give N'Keal Harry like another chance, so like I want to root for the guy. I want the guy to do well. We did draft him in the first round. I'm really hoping the guy does well. This week he was out with a concussion, fine. All right? Shit happens. Does he change the game? Probably not. Does Julian Edelman change the game? Probably not. Does Stephon Gilmore change the game? Yes. But we might have to play without Stephon Gilmore for the rest of the year because there's a huge possibility that, say, tomorrow morning he gets traded. Who knows where he goes? Like, nobody said where he's going to go, but I'd assume a lot of teams would be interested. Maybe Las Vegas would be interested. I've heard Tennessee for some reason. I've heard you could really put him on any team, send a first round pick our way, maybe a late first rounder. Maybe it's a team like a Seattle or someone who's like, yeah, I think if we get Gilmore first round pick, we can win a Super Bowl this year. Something like that. So, I mean, J.C. Jackson, still a big fan of the guy. Still like him. He had a pretty good game today. He got an interception. He played pretty well. But Zach Moss, Devin Singletary ran through our entire defense. And then a costly mistake at the end really bit us. And what I think the Patriots need to do is they need to stop playing catch up. The Patriot way is to, if you win the toss, you defer. Now, they didn't win the toss, and they had the ball first, so this should have been a good thing. You score if you get momentum first. This is how the Patriots should be winning games, is, okay, score first, have the momentum, and not try to play catch-up. Because the Patriots are just bad at playing catch-up. All right? This isn't Tom Brady. This isn't Tom Brady with Gronk or with Prime Edelman or with Danny Amendola. You want to go back 10 years, we can go Randy Moss on the Patriots. Deion Branch. you know, I mean, like Jacoby Myers and Damiere Byrd are not going to get those games done. Next week, we face the Jets on Monday Night Football. You might as well call that a tank bowl game. I mean, you look at this division, it might be the second worst division in football because I don't think the Bills are winning a playoff game. I just don't. And I don't think if the Patriots made the playoffs, they win a playoff game because guess who they'd have to play? Baltimore or Pittsburgh. I don't care if it's at home in Gillette. I don't care if it's snowing. All right? I don't care if it's a blizzard. We're not winning. All right? I guess I'll see you guys next Monday. If my house doesn't get, annihilated because of the election. Yeah, but, next year, I'm not going to be here, per se. I'm going to be out. I'm hoping I'm going to be out in Colorado next year. Just a little, life update, I guess. I'm hoping to be in Colorado next year, and then I'd be able to do these around, 2 p.m. Mountain Time. But anyways, I don't know what else to say. I'll see you guys next Monday night against the Jets. Do I really have to watch that game? Ugh. All right. See you guys next week.